It's another edition of Checking In with Hein and Johnny, where the hosts bring in mystery topics that neither host knows anything about until the mics go hot and on the air. We are the show that keeps the host from talking about the weather and World War II 24 hours a day. Hey, Heine, man, what's on your mind?
Mind.
What's happening, Johnny?
It's a beautiful day, my Heinmeister. How's it going? I am your spirit guide this fine morning, my friend.
Take me on up to the spirit in the sky.
Oh yeah. We will be doing all mindfulness today. Crystals, hemp. We will be burning sage to purify my. Were you ever a big incense user in your life?
It's a lot of work, and creating romance is not my big strong point. Just ask my wife.
You are romance deficient in your life as far as Chris is concerned. Yeah, in fact, she claimed that you probably sent a Valentine to your mistress on the Mexican border and you forgot about her on Valentine's Day. Is that a true story or was she just lying to me?
She has no idea of what goes on with me at the post office.
Yeah, you don't even put it on a calendar. It's so secret. Your affairs are so secret you don't leave any breadcrumbs.
If I was a real player, I would have
Playa.
barraged her with Valentines. She
Yeah,
would have, she would have just, I would be sending Valentines to 30 different states.
nice. I would not be good at cheating, I don't think. Um because I don't think I cover my tracks at all. I have a horrible poker face. Oh my gosh. I don't think I think my wife can tell when I'm lying at any time. So would not be a good adulterer.
How many women do you want yelling at you at one time?
Okay. So we try and be very realistic on this pod. The realistic truth is I don't have the bandwidth, Henry. I cannot handle all those troubles. I got I got 99 problems and I don't need another 99.
another another one.
I don't need I don't need a single one other problem. So no big incense in your life. Your older siblings never burnt incense. They never did any of
Oh,
that.
they did.
Oh, did they?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I remember going in. Ooh.
I
What is
love
this?
I love incense. My brothers did burn it and man, I love it. But I don't think it's not very good for you. I don't I get obsessive
Another
with it.
form of air pollution, personal pollution. I had
Yeah.
worked with a guy who smoked a pipe, and he had it. It was like, I don't know what his brand was, Field and Stream, something like that. And that smelled good. It had
I
a.
know. Yeah, pipe smoke
I
is
used to go in the
fantastic.
shop, and it was like, there's something to that.
Filled, I thought you were going to say filled and stream, monkfish liver, something delicious. I really did laugh a great deal at your monkfish liver pate and your discussions about menudo. That
Mm.
was a classic. Now, do you still subscribe to the You've Never Heard One of These podcasts? We must have 150 posts by now. Have you never heard a single one of them?
That's I've have listened to one or two or whatever, but
So
I'll be
You're
getting these accusations about what I said and comments and people who, you know, Heine, when you talk about how cute the little missionary girl was in the Heretic movie, that really hurts. It's like I sent her a Valentine. Nobody really wants to hear you talk about other women, even in the very vague what it's like if I say that I really like Julia Louis Dreyfus, then I'm gonna go start stalking her or
the
sending her Valentines. It's no. It's I need something to talk about. But apparently that's guy talk and women don't want to hear it. So they don't want to hear it. So I will never talk again about how hot I think Italian women are. And the way they talk about cars and they're kind of fiery, they're going to yell at you, that somehow I think that's sexy. I'm never going to say that. No.
well, I'm
No,
glad
because I don't.
I'm glad you made it clear that you don't find sexy hot Italian women talking about cars and speed. You've made it clear. It's crystal clear. You don't like them. You don't like anyone that is
That's not
bubbly
my
and
not
fiery.
my wife or my daughter-in-law.
No, listen. But they ever talk about cars or fiery options on a car?
Yeah, they talk about burning cars,
They are
or
so.
or even worse, they talk about selling cars.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Do you think you could sell this and I could buy some more additions to my wardrobe with the money?
Shoes. Shoes are a very large thing. Tops, shoes, and jewelry are a major thing. Just as this is all about self care today, but since we've talked about folks listening to the pod that are female on Spotify, it's like 70% of our audience on Spotify is female. And the reverse is true on TikTok and YouTube. So I find that very interesting. The guy pod on YouTube is almost all men, but Spotify is big for the ladies, I guess.
Are you fudging the numbers, Johnny? Because 70% isn't divisible by 3.
Three viewers. We know that one of the listeners is your wife because she's mad at you for talking about women all the time. We know that the other one is
A
my wife.
daughter-in-law. Yeah, your wife.
It's my wife. Yeah, it sounds like your daughter-in-law does faithfully. Now, have you gotten any more flack from your sister? Does she appreciate you talking about hot Italians on the pod?
No comment there.
Oh, so she's still watching. Surprisingly enough, we've kept her
Yeah, that could be. Let's see. My wife. Oh, we're
four.
getting to. If we get to 4 women, then the numbers just
They
explode.
jump. They jump. Yeah, and someone from
That's
Uzbekistan. There's some female from Uzbekistan that just loves us in that war-torn country. So all of you Eastern countries, thank you for putting up with us. That mystery viewer. Oh, self-care. I talk about a tiki tour. I can't ever even focus. I am a squirrel attention deficit syndrome. So self care, have you ever done other than snail mucus for the glam tightening of the skin pores? Have you ever done any meditation?
no.
No, never gotten into Ravi Shankar and transcendental meditation.
No. No. I don't. I don't. I don't know how to sometimes when other people are talking to me, it may appear as though I am meditating and I've entered a deep catatonic trance.
I
I don't know if they notice that, but it could happen.
I will tell you, whenever Chris talks about ballet, her her entire aura lights up, and I can just imagine you at the ballet going into a meditative state. I'm just thinking about how gorgeous this is, Chris. I'm not asleep. I'm merely practicing self-care. I'm living my yeah, there's plenty of times in my life. Anything that involves other people makes me want to just go to sleep. Shoot me now. So tons of people use crystals. Did anybody in your family believe in the power of crystals and astrology?
Not in my family, but
Oh,
I have. We had. If you wanted, do you really want to push that button?
push away. Here we go. Are you ready?
This
That's the yeah. We're
this
pushing
is
some buttons.
when many of the our viewers say, "Heine, could you stop talking over Johnny, or your spirit guide?" Because it is though you've entered a ratchet jaw induced catatonic trance.
Now,
But
tell him to shut up before you do your story. Do not feel like you talk over me. I have
oh yeah,
never
yeah,
gotten. They're high. Those people are high. They're using patchouli to hide the pot that they're on because you don't talk over me.
oh yeah, I do. That's I listen to it. I listen if I do. The reason I don't listen to it is because I don't want to fully face the level of ignoramus that I am. But you pushed the button on the whole thing. So I have our uh, at our business. We used to be in this ancient device called the phone book, and in the phone book we had an advertisement under magnets.
Oh,
So people would call looking for magnets. And we sold industrial magnets for making sure that there's no shrapnel in your cereal.
yeah.
But people would call for magnets for other things. So one day, once upon a time, a woman calls and says, "Do you guys have magnets?" And, yeah, we have these little magnets. Do you have anything cheap? Yeah, we've got these little round 1-inch slugs that da da da. Well, can I come in and see them? Sure, come on in, drop in, see them. Da 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 da. So she comes in and she looks at our magnets that are like a little round tube, very formed out of a ceramic. And she said, I don't, this happened a long time ago, so I'm probably paraphrasing and misquoting a little bit, but she didn't like the looks of our magnets because they looked very industrial and man made.
Hmm.
And she said, and so I engaged her in conversation and was quick to learn that she was a holistic veterinarian.
Nice for the pets.
So she kind of said, well, do you have any other magnets that look a little more natural? Was like, I'm sorry, sister, this is all we've
Hippie.
got. I said, what are you doing with the magnets? And she says, well, we use them, we're the holistic veterinarian. And so we,
Was she thinking that the dogs and horses would not like how they looked? I mean, is that the theory we're thinking that the pets would be bothered by the look of the magnets?
you know, I got no clue what's going on this planet.
Yeah.
So she, she said, well, I need something. We use a lot of crystals in our work, and we have a sick cat, and we're we're exposing the cat to magnets and crystals, and we're rubbing salves on the cat's digestive system.
Hmm.
And so I said, interesting. Tell me more about your rubbing salves. How do you rub salves on the cat's digestive system? And she said, oh, well, we're not rubbing salves on the cat's digestive system. We're
No.
rubbing a diagram of the cat with the salves and the magnets.
No.
And I said, shoot the cat.
You need
The
to put
cat
that
is
poor
suffering
cat
enough.
to sleep. You are killing this cat by not helping it.
They're
Oh,
in another room. And
no.
so
So
I
she's got
asked,
a so Henry, she's got a voodoo doll in the attic that she has she would have been better to be jamming the crystals and magnets up that poor kitty cat's south end of the pole rather than just rubbing it on a voodoo doll in the basement, right? In the potato cellar.
you know, whenever I'm having intestinal distress, I just reach for a big bowl of Raisin Bran. Give that to the cat.
Give the cat some stinking Metamucil. Use a dropper, baby.
So she gave me one of her pamphlets, which somehow I lost because it was so magical. But some of her, she was charging like pretty outrageous numbers, especially for the time. $95 a visit. Um,
Nice.
she did offer grief counseling for pets. So if you had two cats and one of them died,
Come
she'd
in.
talk the other one down off the ledge. And then her final thing, she said, you know, out in California, this business, I was doing pretty well out there, but here in New Mexico, I'm just, I'm struggling to stay in business.
Because they just shoot the cat. In New Mexico,
It's
that's
like,
an ex-cat.
come on, you're not up in Santa Fe. You gotta be raking it in up there.
Santa Fe that's the city for her, right?
It has its own magnetic aura. If they would just drive the cat through Santa
To
Fe on
Santa
the
Fe.
freeway, it'd probably get better.
Hold the cat by the tail out the window as you drive by the interstate. That cat would do better than just rubbing magnets on an encyclopedia of a cat diagram. I'm not, I, I mean, I'm all about mindfulness and helping the cat, but
Hit the little kitty with a Mando wipe. Please do something quick.
do some, Mando that kitty cat up, baby.
How
Let
about you, Johnny? What experiences have you had with the metaphysical?
I have had all the trappings of it, all the hippie trappings of it. I am like on board, baby. Like get me, scarves on the lamps. I'll do the whole Keith Richards incense smoke machine. That's all about me. I just like it. I do not feel it helping my digestive tract and my kidney issues. Um, I do the box breathing, the mindfulness. I got my Apple Watch telling me to take a break. Take a break, Johnny. Be a little more mindful. So yes, I do that hippie stuff. I just don't think it's I just don't think it gets me too far. I have no Himalayan salt, although I like those lamps that you see at, TJ Maxx marked down, 90% because nobody buys them. I think they're supposed to do like negative ions, but who am I to say? I don't own any, but they look fantastic. I like all the trappings of it. I'm all about the deadhead look, but
You've just given me a brainstorm for a new product idea or something. Maybe what I want is what I should make is a lava lamp where the pink dye doesn't bleach out and leave you with just a solid mess with a bubble in it.
nice.
You thinking?
Negative
We'll say the
ions.
law, the lava lamp, but as you use it, eventually, it,
Kind of,
it just isn't colorful anymore.
yeah, it just dies out.
You lose the mood.
And I think we should say that it helps your cat's digestive system, so we can charge a $90 a month fee for the use of it. That's the new business model. You charge a fee monthly. You never sell anybody the magnet to put up the cat's
It's a
South Pole.
subscription.
Sub, the subscription model. That's why you are the CEO of the podcast. You know your business lingo.
And I can turn off the metaphysical powers of the magnet like a snap, just like turning off the heated seats in your BMW.
No $90. No metaphysical salt negative ion, baby. It stops right now. Now self-care, this is our self-care episode. Did you ever do the cayenne pepper diet or white vinegar? Anybody in the family do these crazy diet trends?
Johnny, do you think I can? I can't talk about my sister.
Hold on.
Oh,
Your sister has done the sweet, sweet cayenne pepper diet?
I think there's a lot of binge and purge on that, with the and my son as well. He's on some diet as we're going to purify our bodies by bleeding out all of the fats from TGI Fridays that we've been accumulating.
Oh,
Or
on
I
that
just
subject.
bathe in it.
So you have never done like the white vinegar fast or anything like that, but you are pointing the finger at our third fan, your sister, our third viewer.
If I need to cleanse my system, I just go for a big bowl of jalapenos.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Those little babies are like hot little prunes, and whoosh,
And
I'm getting enough diarrhea in my life. I don't need to add a vinegar to it.
they tend to help you remind yourself when you ate it the next day. You're like, oh, that sensation going in, very similar to the sensation going out. At least that's my experience.
Those little
I mean,
bacon wrapped babies. You're talking therapy.
that's I feel alive as it's swooshing out. Have you ever been a believer of the French practice of the bidet? The bidet, cleansing of the lower portion of the South Pole. Nothing for you?
Those aren't drinking fountains.
Well, they can be. It's just there's a recall on folks that drink from them.
Maybe that explains my bad breath.
It explains a lot
A
of
little touch of halitosis.
Now,
I have not installed a bidet.
you have not?
I don't know where it would go. Probably in the center of the family room.
Trick
Oh,
or treat. Hey,
there.
kids, come on in. We got a fountain. It's bobbing for apples in Heine's bidet.
Or you can get,
It's French.
the Japanese toilet like we had in Hawaii, and you sit down. It's like you're in the cockpit of a 747. There's all these buttons and bells and whistles. I'm not touching any of that stuff.
Stay away from my Heine.
Probably get the automatic tampon remover button and poof.
Hello. Hey, that's a transitional. I think there's a button that helps men transition. The remover. Hello. Not that there's
I don't know
anything
what you're
wrong with
touching
that.
there. What's
Noth-
my altitude, cruise speed?
The jet engine starts up. Oh, yeah. It's a full service experience. I've never been on one. The only experience I've had is the South Park episode about it, which I love South Park quite a bit. And they have an episode about the Japanese toilet. It's quite spectacular.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one. That would be a treat.
They're very good at it. Yeah, they make I did install the adapter for the French experience on my toilet. So yeah, my hiney is cleaned and fresh all the time, which I do.
Fresh as a baby's bottom.
Baby's bottom,
It's as
as
soft
long
as a
as you
baby's
as
bottom.
long as the baby has gigantic clumps of Concord grapes hanging all over it. Sorry, ladies. The gross button. I'm a little late on the gross button. We try and we try and warn people when we're going to start talking about this stuff. We talk about it every week, and women still listen to this podcast. Henry, I don't understand it.
Maybe maybe they're just unaware of the depths that it will reach.
Or reach around. We just do a ton of South Pole talk on this pod. Um, well, my family, we're just all a bunch of fatty two by fours. I mean, we're a walking Ozempic commercial. Man, our genetic code is just to just be fat. So yeah, everybody in my family has just constantly been on a diet their entire lives. So I have yet to go on the Ozempic because I I mean, it'd be nice to live longer, but are you going to get live longer years like right now when I'm having fun with Heine, or am I going to get years when I'm sitting on a bedpan with a delightful person from the Philippines changing my diaper? I I don't really want any of those years. I don't want more of that. So, you know,
I
no,
hear you, brother. I don't know.
yeah, I'll take
But as
longer life,
the
but
end is closing in,
yeah,
and most of the fun experiences meeting magnetic people are in our past.
yes, most of the zesty party times have passed us. Mathematicians, if you're a mathematician and you haven't done something special, in your 20s, you're dead as far as mathematicians go. So I am. It's just never going to happen for me. Everything I've ever done, which was a total of nothing, just a dunghill in Nigeria. I'm finished. My hill has already been groomed. It has already been created.
So, Johnny, have you ever considered, going out and spending some quality time in something like a sweat lodge, or doing one of those
Ooh.
things where you go away and perhaps
The
you
yurt.
are you're no, 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 a yurt. I've been in the yurt.
What is a yurt? Just a tent, or what is a yurt?
It's a round circular. I don't think. I think they're made out of high impact, stress resistant plastic these days. The one I went in, and
Oh,
many of the yurts, which I don't know if these are the ones from the Himalayas, feature a four-star chef cooking for you. Um,
oh.
the
Well, I'll do the
wine.
yurt.
It was. It was not an inexpensive proposition, but it was an
So how
enjoyable evening.
how did you get how did you get roped into the yurt? That sounds delightful. Yes, I want to do the yurt. Yeah, I'll do some meditation if it's a 5-star Michelin diamond guy.
Yeah, Chris is, she runs in the circles of people who are into the experiences of life, and so we went, she had some friends who had the connectivity and desire to go eat in a yurt, and Chris said, "I've always wanted to eat in a yurt."
What?
And I said, "Well, I guess this is your big opportunity." So away we went. And I don't know, $500-600 later, we had checked that box.
Had
Eating
you
in the
in
yurt
your
was
life,
so.
Henry, had you ever thought about eating in a yurt in your life? I mean, has this even crossed your mind?
I knew the day was coming. Sooner or later, I would be eating in a yurt.
So Chris talked about
That's,
like casually mentioned yurt eating in previous times, so you knew eventually someone would offer it to her.
there are all of these outdoor winter experiences, and
Wow.
I really, it's that's I joke about it, but really it is okay, we're doing something different. We're meeting new people uh,
Absolutely.
that we've never dined with before, and there we're dining and we're eating. I can't. The odd thing is, I don't remember what they served. It was only a month ago. It was some meat. There was some meat.
A meat
There were no
main.
jalapeno poppers.
What? No, no deep fried Twinkies. No funnel cakes.
It was good. There was some. It was good. It was good. I've had a lot of good meals, and they all kind of blend into
Yeah.
but oddly, I seem to always remember how much the check was.
You are such a butthole, Henry, that your wife is going to watch this episode and she's going to be like, yeah, yeah, that's my husband, the idiot who all he thinks about is the amount of money. And yet it was fantastic and fun and this whole new experience. And the doughboy only thinks about the check. Yeah.
Everything. Last night we went out. We went out. We had two drinks at the crappy Irish pub and a plate of wings. It's like
Delicious.
$45.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Two. Right. I mean, you.
Wings served by a woman wearing a kilt.
Yeah. Henry, for sure, you can't even go through a drive-through for under 25. I mean, that's just like not for good chicken wings. That's for nugs. That's for two people, nugs and French fries and a drink at 25. So for sure, your delightful uh, Irish pub atmosphere was worth 45 bucks just to get out of the house.
I suppose it was. I have to get one of those, little British car hats, which I have a closet full of,
You need
because
another one.
that is what there's a definite Irish pub look. That when you go in for your shepherd's pie, you have to kind of it's like I
Got to have
didn't
a
think
walking
these
stick.
places had that much of a mojo,
Yeah.
but they do
They
amongst
real
the
yeah.
patrons.
Yeah, it is fun. I do not I live in a cow town where there is way more cows than there are people. So we have no fun yurts or Irish pubs. Hey, wait. I've been around you for a while. My CEO brain is working, Henry. Maybe I should open a yurt restaurant experience with my Michelin star fingers. They'll just be more about Michelin tires that I've changed on cars rather than Michelin star food. But we wouldn't have to talk about that. The the small print. So
I
you
think maybe you should just go with a Denny's or a Perkins. Right there.
that's probably more up my style. Incense infused yogurts. When my oldest son was little, and he was 6 or 7, there was a yogurt place every 2 blocks in when we lived in Southern California. Like yogurt places everywhere, and frozen yogurt is still expensive. It was expensive 20 years ago. Well, he was just learning to be hip. So when he wanted to go to the Golden Spoon yogurt place, he'd go, uh, Dad, you want to go get some G? And I'd be like, what? You know, some spoon, some GS. No, I don't know what you're talking about. yogurt at the GS. Oh, Johnny, are you asking if you want to go to the Golden Spoon yogurt store? Yeah, my friends and I, we call it the G. I'm like, oh, God. Oh, oh. What have I created? Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
Maybe, hey, here's putting 2 plus 2 together. You could open a new business and call it the Yogurt Yurt.
It's
Think of the savings on buying the letters. A lot of the same letters would be there. You wouldn't have
Yep.
to get like an A.
Nope. Just leave it off.
Right. Those letters that you throw away after when you're putting up the sign. Yogurt
Useless.
Yurt.
Absolutely useless. I love it. Henry, I have my 5th job that I can have in my life. I have done it all. I've been dog catcher. I have been holistic healer. I have been your astrological guide to the stars. Now it is yurt yogurt, a winter food experience. Speaking of
Yogurt Yurt.
hippies, so do you have anybody in your life that goes with the natural deodorant? The non-aluminum chlorhydrate deodorant?
Not that I No,
Oh,
everybody,
you
no,
would know.
everybody's just avoiding. You would know. Yeah, I don't know. Who eats a lot of garlic and does nothing to cover it up.
Please cover it up. Please. Please cover up the garlic.
No,
Yes. So no for you, huh? No holistic.
nobody that I allow within 10-foot pole range
Yeah.
of me do I know
Yeah.
of who have.
Yeah. We've known people that, hey, Gerda, my mom used to, we all love Gerda. She used to be like, no, no, I can't buy Arid Extra Dry anymore. It has aluminum and it can get in your system. From now on, I'm just going to go to the peach tree and pull the leaves off and rub them under my pits. And boy, howdy, the peach tree leaves are not in any Arid Extra Dry deodorants for a reason. They do nothing for your stench at all.
Why don't you just go out and run through the skunk car wash?
It's skunk season. Man, it's skunk mating season in our neighborhood. You can just do that. You just go mate with some skunks.
Love is in the air.
Like the smell of romance. Maybe that's why Valentine's Day is in February, because all the skunks are all run over in the road. Anyway.
How about Johnny? Have you noticed any ill effects from microplastics in your life?
I have not. I consume heat stuff in plastic. Everything. I have not had a doctor tell me, oh, when they're checking my eyesight, I see you have a water bottle in your retina. And I have not noticed any plastic bottles in the toilet on my French bidet. How about you? Have you used a Q-tip and found any plastic in your ear or anything?
Hmm. I don't know. No, not yet. Not yet.
They have warned us. Everybody has told us these microplastic, it's in our teeth, ooh, you want to know a health-related thing I just learned this week? So a big group of people got tested that definitely got diagnosed with Alzheimer's. They died with the disease. They tested out and they found the bacteria from gum disease in their brain. Ooh, in the brain. So they're like, this is a very bad precedent. So let's check it out. Let's go let's go test a little more. So they tested people's brains that had never been diagnosed, and they had that bacteria from gum disease in their brains, but they hadn't been diagnosed. So they're thinking, if you don't floss, that particular bacteria does get in your brain. Ooh.
Insane in the membrane.
In the membrane,
Insane
baby.
in the brain.
Just the thought that my juicy green yellow sludge is like going up my brain stem into my brain. Ugh.
I'm going to go have all of my teeth pulled.
Yeah. Maybe one test they could do as a control is folks that get all of their teeth pulled, do they have a more tendency to not get Alzheimer's? That would be interesting. They don't have that weird bacteria in their brain. Ugh. I love that kind of stuff. I love weird discoveries like that. We will wrap up. We're not going to do a Kenny Loggins spiritual reading this week.
Oh.
Ouch! Oh, that hurts.
We've done enough spiritualness.
Well, we have hit the spirit. Oh, one thing a lot of hippies have: tattoos. Any tattoos in the family? Any tattoos or friends or neighbors that got the lovely tattoos?
Oh, 33% of the United States has a tattoo of some sort.
Yeah, has 33% of your body covered in sweet, sweet peacocks and Chinese lettering?
I see a lot of the tattoos out there, and they're great and pretty neat stuff that people put on their bodies. But, putting a tattoo on this body would be like slapping a bumper sticker on a Ferrari.
We'll end with that. Bye-bye.
Namaste.
Thanks for listening to Checking In with Hein and Johnny. You can follow all things Hein and Johnny by subscribing to Checking In with Hein and Johnny anywhere you listen to podcasts. Checking In with Heine and Johnny is sponsored by Conveyors and Equipment. They supply, design, and service all types of conveyors, belting, and material handling equipment since 1972. With 3 locations to serve you, Salt Lake City, Albuquerque, and El Paso. Find them on the web at conveyequip.com. That's ConveyeEquuip.com.
Right. Good fun, man.
Bye-bye. That was fun.
Did you enjoy?
Our spiritual... Yeah, you got the goods on spirituality, man. Why were you so reticent to talk about